I have with me Abraham Kasule, who is the president, DAS Aviation School, and also Judy Atumanya, who is the marketing officer, DAS Aviation School. And together we will now get right into our conversation. First of all, welcome, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you. And I'll go to you, Judy, for starters. What is the current state of aviation industry in Uganda?
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having us. When it comes to aviation in Uganda, it's one of the powerful industries that we have right now in Uganda that is bringing up what we call social and, of course, economical development. If we talk about aviation, we are talking about money. That means we are having tourists come from wherever they come from, all the countries, coming to Uganda to experience the beauty. And it is all through aviation that is happening. If we talk about aviation, we are talking about what the young people, what the youths are actually taking as serious as possible to see that they are able to become pilots, they are able to become engineers in aviation, they are able to become aviation doctors, aviation lawyers, and much more. So if we are talking about aviation, we are talking about very many people's passion. Yes. Okay. And that is why, as DAS Aviation School, we take the initiative to be one of the leading aviation training schools right here in Uganda, which of course makes me very proud.
All right, I can see and hear the pride in your voice. But now, Judy, why is it important, in your perspective, for young Ugandans to consider career in aviation?
Now, many of us have the opportunity of dreaming, but we do not have, not everyone has the opportunity of achieving their dream. So, for the young people, why should they consider having a career in aviation? One, you're going to have lots of, should I say, networking all over the world. Imagine you're being paid to fly.
Paid to have a good time. Is it having a good time?
Paid to have a good time. Of course, you're going to have a good time.
Okay.
Paid to serve people, which most of us are very passionate about. Paid to go to, I mean, someone said that you can have breakfast in this country, have lunch in the other country. So with aviation, that makes it a lot more possible. So if there is anyone out there and their passion lies in aviation, I would 100% encourage them to take up a career in aviation.
Take up a career in aviation. Now, Judy, before I go to Abraham Kasule, I've had, there are many ladies that are interested in aviation, and I know that it has many facets to it, apart from being a pilot, apart from being an engineer. Sure. Let's start with, what are they called? They used to call them air hostesses. What is their name now?
The airline cabin crew now.
Cabin crew, yes. But can a person like me, I mean my size, be a cabin crew member? This is a genuine question.
What is wrong with your size?
No, but you get where I'm coming from.
Do.
Please tell us.
Okay.
They need to know.
It was a myth that to be an airline cabin crew, you need to be small, slender, tall, and beautiful.
Like yourself.
We are all beautiful.
Yes.
So it all comes from what we call the body mass index.
Okay.
You do not need to be overly weighted. You do not need to be tall. You don't need to be extremely small. No. It all comes from what are you able to do, your skills. But how do you get the skills? You have to go in class and study. You have to have training, airline cabin crew training. You need to have what we call people interpersonal skills, people skills. How are you able to interact with people? How are you kind? Are you human? Are you able to perform what we call the emergency procedures? All that is, you can only gain that once you have undergone a training. So it's not about beauty, it's not about weight, it's not about size, it's not about height. But your training, your skills, and you as a person. That is why we go ahead to train these particular courses that help us, one, to realize ourselves, and then two, to be able to perform our duties once you have gotten the job of air hostess or airline cabin crew.
Okay, thank you so much. Now I'm having a conversation with Judy Tumanya from DAS Aviation School and also Abraham Kasule, who is the president, DAS Aviation School. Now, Abraham, tell us about being president. Are you a student? Do you work at DAS? How do you become president?
Thank you so much, Oli, for that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Uganda. Being president at DAS Aviation School came with a democratic election. I should say it's a good role, not heavy on my shoulders. I love being a leader.
Okay.
I love steering others into a particular direction positively. I love mentoring. I love guiding others. So being a president of such a prestigious aviation school gave me an opportunity to share my skills and life experiences with the people that I work with and the people that we do lead as a cabinet. Because it's not only a one-man show, we are quite a number of people with different positions, and every person has a role to play. However, I oversee each and everything they do in terms of formulating policies, implementing those policies, discussing with the administration of the entire school to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay, are you a student?
Yes, I am a student. I'm doing a flight operations officer.
What does that mean? Speak English.
Oh. In short, it's dispatch. I'm basically the brain behind the airlines. I'm the eyes and ears of the pilot. I do weather forecasting. I do flight planning. I guide the pilot through briefing on whichever route he or she is going to take or fly on, and make sure the flight takes off and lands at its destination safely. Okay,
so you're one of the guys in the cockpit.
Before we used to be in the cockpit. At the moment, since the industry has changed over time, dynamics rule us to be on the ground. However, we have all the artillery to make sure the flight takes off and lands safely.
Okay. Now, let's have a conversation regarding the Little Aviators program. Yes, we would like to interest young Ugandans into the field of aviation, and we want to start young. But why is that important? So tell us about the whole concept behind the Little Aviators program.
Well, Little Aviators program is a program designed by DAS Aviation School. It happens each and every year in December because we believe that's the time that children have a longer holiday period at home from school. And this year it will be running from the 9th to the 14th of December. Ages of children from 6 to 17. And we indulge all parents because I'll take a little back behind. I've always had a passion for aviation. As I grew up, we used to make model planes, leaves with a stick.
Yes.
You run around, it's rotating, and you're happy.
Yes.
So in our times, we didn't have a chance like a Little Aviators program because we would have enrolled in such a program. So Little Aviators program looks at having a hands-on practice with aviation experts, pilots, airline cabin crew, aircraft engineers, and these are going to interface with these children hands-on, take them through each and everything that's involved in aviation. Yes. We will be teaching them on live flight simulators, virtual reality and robotics, coding, and these are programs we believe once a child is nurtured from below, that will stick to their mind, and that's a career they would love to follow for the rest of their lives. We'll be having a scenic flight.
What is that?
A scenic flight, picture it as you sitting in an aircraft. I won't call it an airplane, I'll call it an aircraft because that's what we call it.
All right.
You're sitting in an aircraft and you have a scenic flight from above the ground, for example, from Entebbe to Kajansi, so that they can appreciate the beauty of aviation.
Okay.
We are all about impacting that love into them. I love flying, I have to fly. I can do this, I can do that. Yes.
Okay. Which other activities do you have in this program?
When it comes to other activities, besides talking about aviation,
Yes.
we have robotics and coding. Now, when it comes to robotics and coding, looking away from aviation, this is something the children have always loved to experience. I'm very sure if it were for coding, I would still do coding at my age, because it's something that is still going to spark your curiosity, even as a big person. We as well have virtual reality, still designed in aviation. Imagine yourself having those virtual glasses and you are able to tour an entire aircraft using the virtual glasses.
Yes.
And we have Vision with Me to help the children realize what exactly they would love to be through vision boards that they're going to be doing themselves, through projects that a child is going to come up with. So it's really going to be an extremely productive holiday for them, from the 9th to the 14th of December, ages from 6 to 17. And I know most people are going to say, but DAS Aviation School is located in Entebbe. How are my children from Kampala going to be able to be, you know,
By the question, so how do we get there? So parents have to go to work,
True.
and then the school is in Entebbe. So are there any arrangements?
Yes, definitely. We have arranged transportation from Kampala here at Oasis Mall. We'll be picking up the children in the morning every single day and dropping them back in the evening after their daily activities.
Yes.
Now, every day is going to be a day of hands-on training. Leave alone what we have been doing for the past 2 years. We have had this program run for the past 2 years, which has really been impactful. We have impacted over several children, that some of them, one says, I want to become an astronaut, and up to now, he's actually still doing their practice or their training. So this program is going to be having a real hands-on experience besides the theoretical bit of it.
Yes.
From the 9th to the 14th, we shall have a climax of the event with an award ceremony that we usually hold at the Civil Aviation Authority in Entebbe. That is on our very last day. And of course, we'll have different stakeholders on board, which should be an amazing thing. Yes.
Stakeholders like?
We already have AirServe on board. They are partnering with us. We have Uganda Civil Aviation Authority that are partnering with us, and many others.
All right. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. How much is the program?
When it comes to the program, it is not expensive. It is very affordable.
All right.
Honestly, it is very affordable because this is something we would love to do over and over. We don't want to do it. We don't want this to be our last December, so we cannot dry your pockets.
Okay. You're sounding very nice, but you're not getting it.
It is very affordable. That is one thing I can say. But for the parents that would really love to be part of this, they can contact us on our numbers, and then we give them the detailed program and then the fee.
All right.
How much?
Maybe if you don't mind, you could share the numbers and also any social media handles where the parents can reach you through.
Okay. So our numbers, both on WhatsApp and calls, it is 07761595998. 07761595998 or 0757033865. You can as well find us on our social media platforms, that is DAS Aviation School, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Our website is www.dashandling.com/training. dashandling.com/training.
All right. Now, Judy is sharing with us contact details in case you are interested in having your child join the Little Aviators program that is kicking off on the 9th to the 14th of December 2024. And your child doesn't have to be 18 and above. They start from 16 to 17 years for this program. So are they in P1? Are they in Senior 4 vacation? Are they in Senior 6 vacation? Are they in P7 vacation? education all through, you can have your child join the program. And indeed, many parents are looking for activities for their children in this long holiday. 2 months is a long time, and many of you probably don't want your children to stay at home with the help, and you want them to be busy doing something productive. Why not join this program? But then, Judy, away from the program, I have a question coming in from Peter from Busia, and he says, thank you for the aviation insight. Question, does DAS offer programs in drone, UAV operation? The future is huge in this sector.
Thank you so much. Right now, we do not offer programs in drones because a place we are located in is unauthorized. It is an authorized with access kind of area. We are at the airport. Imagine we are having drone trainings and there is an aircraft that is setting off from somewhere. It would be very confusing when it comes to the people in the control tower or even the people around. So it is, for now, we do not offer drone services.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the other question is from Emmanuel from Adjumani, who says, how long does it take to complete a training on small aircraft piloting, and what is the cost?
Okay, small aircraft piloting. Let me talk about maybe piloting. Let's start with, because piloting has different steps. Let's start with PPL, the private pilot's license. That is the very first license that you have to attain if you are looking at having a career in piloting. So if we are talking about private pilot's license, it's going to take you around 2 years for you to be able to complete your private pilot's license. Now from then, it also depends on your finances. Because if I'm to tell you, I cannot say that it's going to cost you this much because per now we do not have piloting as yet, but hopefully next year we'll be having piloting. So I cannot tell you how much it's going to cost you, but the period, it's going to take you around 2 years for you to be able to attain a private pilot's license. And then once you are done with the private pilot's license, you can go ahead and do the commercial pilot's license that actually allows you to fly an aircraft. Let's say a small aircraft, if you're talking about a Caravan, a Cessna, or any other kind of aircraft. Yes.
Okay. And the other question, I think this person is just joining us because they are asking if you only consider children for this, the Little Aviators program. But yes, the program takes in 16 to 17-year-olds. But there is another question therein, and it is there any certificate after the course and how after this Little training? Okay.
So the Little Aviators program takes from 6 years to 17, it's for the little children. We as well have other courses for the big ones, but specifically for this Little Aviators program, we have certificates for the children. That is why I talked about the award ceremony that we usually hold every after a program. That is to appreciate and give the children their certificates for participation and how they have performed. So yes, we do have certificates and awards.
Certificates and awards. Now coming back to you, Abraham. I did mention in the beginning that we need to interest our children into the sciences, but maybe you can answer and Judy can add on. What do I need? What criteria does one need to be enrolled as one of the students at DAS Aviation School? Do I have to have done PCM to mention but a few of those science subjects?
All right. Well, at DAS Aviation School, the beauty about DAS Aviation School, anyone can be enrolled at the school, whether you did sciences, whether you did arts.
Okay.
I did arts myself. I did history, economics, and geography.
So how does a historian find himself?
I'll come to that bit shortly. However, they're what we call the necessities. You need to have at least 4 or 5 principal passes. English is a must, because I mean everything that we're going to interface with while at school or out of school is in English. Know a bit of geography. I'm sure everyone has done geography at the O level.
O level, yes.
Yes. Physics, math, and a little bit of biology. I think that's all basic O level. However, you have an upper hand if if you join and you've been doing sciences at your A level. Yes.
Okay.
So it will be quicker for you because many things we do study, though various courses don't get so much into detail into the science bit. For example, airline cabin crew or cargo introductory or travel and tourism. But for the course that I'm doing right now, math is priority, physics, geography, in terms of navigation, a little bias in biology, so you need to be up for the task.
Okay.
Yes.
So is your mathing? That's the biggest question if you're to do some of these courses. But Abraham does mention that you don't necessarily have to have studied sciences at some point. Well, I have another question, and someone is again asking how much the Little Aviators program is. Well, Judy said you can contact them at DAS Aviation School. You can reach out, check out their website and their socials, and they will directly give you that information. And someone says, hey, thanks for the show. Does piloting need only educated people?
Wow.
That goes to you, Judy.
Wow.
When you're talking about educated people, okay, I believe we all require to have gone to school, right? For you to do piloting or for you to be enrolled for piloting, you at least need to have completed your O-level. If we're talking about O-level, we are talking about 5 credits in O-level. That is at least with a credit in mathematics. And then once you have completed A-level, at least 2 principal passes, and you're good to go. So if that is the education that we are talking about, yes.
Okay. Are there any specific programs or scholarships at DAS that are aimed at promoting aviation careers in Uganda?
Okay. Sometimes we do have what we call discounts. Sometimes we do have, every time we have an opportunity for our people, every time we have a discount for our people, we usually put them out there on our social media platforms. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn, DAS Aviation School. So the best I can advise is for you to get in touch with our social media platforms. Every time we have an opportunity, we put them out there. We usually have discounts for the people that are good in sports. We give them opportunities, we give them discounts. If we have, let's say, a time period or an intake that is upcoming and would love to give back to the community, we do have discounts that we give out. Okay. So yes, we do. Sometimes we do. All you need to do is keep yourself on our social media platforms and you won't miss out.
All right, so you might as well use that phone for something very beneficial. But now the last question goes to you, Abraham.
Yes, please.
You are a student at DAS Aviation School, but I'm sure in your circles probably you know about young people that have had some barriers when it comes to joining aviation school. What are some of these barriers that young people are facing when it comes to aviation in the country, joining the aviation industry, and in your perspective, how can they overcome those?
Oh, thank you. What I strongly believe in, someone's positive attitude towards a particular thing that they wish to pursue or a dream they wish to pursue. I should say aviation awareness has not been so good over the years. However, we've sprung onto a jolly ride. Let me call it a jolly ride, because I see there are summits here and there. There's more awareness all over social media. Why am I saying this? As we grew up, there was little awareness about aviation. And we used to have this stigma that it's for the rich, it's for the well-educated, it's for the A class. But getting into the aviation industry has made me realize that it's for anyone and everyone. So I urge everyone out there, do not be afraid of taking a leap of faith into the aviation industry. You are all welcome. Aviation is really beautiful, believe me. Everything, you get to learn a lot, you get to network a lot, you get to move a lot. There's so much you benefit from the aviation industry.
Okay. Well, thank you, Judy, and thank you, Abraham, for this very insightful conversation. More and more parents are asking about the time frame for the Little Aviation program, and it is from the 9th to the 14th of
yes.
December.
Yes.
So it is for the holiday time. Do you do it only once a year?
Yes, we do it once a year. It's every December. However, every time we have these children join us, it is now our responsibility to be able to follow them up. Because you're not going to have someone meet their dream or their passion in 1 week. That is impossible. So we usually keep up with these children every time they go back to school. We do have aviation clubs in different schools, whether primary schools or secondary schools or international schools. We do have aviation clubs, and that is our way of connecting with these children. That is our way of connecting with the students to be able to keep them interested in aviation. So it does not only stop in this 1 week, it is a continuous thing, and it's something we would love to see have, you know, fruitful results, honestly.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Judy, once again. And that's where we will end our conversation. We've been speaking to DAS Aviation School on their program, the Little Aviation program, and you can have your child from the ages of 6 to 17 join the same program, so that they have an activity over the holidays that would be beneficial to them in the near future. But we'll take a short break. Ruben Pima will be coming back to give us sports updates. But before we do that, before we take the short break, I would like to wish a very special person a happy 17th birthday. Jeremiah Kwagala, it's been such a pleasure being your mom, raising you and taking care of you, and you being my bestie. So happy birthday. I hope you have a good time today. We'll take
Live from UPC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.